And then you step it up by like, I guess he had scammed Black Chyna.
Yeah. He told me about that on the interview.
Yeah. So apparently he got Black Chyna to do a post on one of his fake Instagram pages,
right?
Paid her, and then made more money by having a bunch of people order iPhones, like, 4 iPhones for $1,000 or something, and then just kept all the money.
Right.
And then it kind of showed his, like the songs that started to pop off is him basically breaking down how to do all these different credit card scams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's your take on TJ?
Well, what I thought was funny is after I did that interview with him, because at that time, like, we were so excited about TJ rap-wise, just because we had never really, all these rappers that I listen to from, like, Flint and Detroit now, he was, like, really one of the first guys that I had heard who, he just had such a weird flow and he was just doing so many weird things on tracks that we just thought he was the funniest rapper at the time. He had a bunch of songs we were going crazy for. And, yeah, and then I remember he comes in, he does that interview. He's saying so much crazy shit in the interview. Like, I'm asking him, you used to scam. You're not going to scam anymore now, right? That you're, like, popping as a rapper. He's like, nah, I think I'm going to still keep doing that shit. Like, he's just like, he said, he's talking about being in red rooms online, which is where you watch a girl kill herself or you watch somebody.
What?
Okay.
What?
On the dark web, there's a thing called a red room. And I think they're fake a lot of times, but the idea of it is it's for guys who want to watch a girl die. And he's talking in the interview.
Wait. So does someone kill her or she kills herself?
I think that's the idea, is that in a real red room that you actually can, like, live watch someone kill someone. And he on the interview is talking about how he had seen this. And I'm like sitting there as the interviewer, like, what the like, are you really telling me this? Like, this is insane. But that's what stood out to me is after we get done the interview, he goes right up to his manager and he's just laughing like, that shit was fucking hard. That shit gonna be viral. And that's when I realized, like, oh man, he's putting on an act for the camera a little bit to make it seem a little bit crazier than it is. I don't know if he ever actually saw the Red Room. Personally, I wouldn't want to see that, but
yeah. I think the scamming sounds real though.
Some of it, but I've also heard that, like, a lot of the things that he says in the songs don't necessarily make sense.
Huh.
That he's sort of like giving you, like, hacking or, like, scamming information, but it's kind of like only halfway realistic.
Right. I mean, because we've interviewed Bandman Kevo. He went to prison for it.
And I think he said basically that TJ just, if anything, he was kind of like a low-level scammer who was really good at representing in his music that he was, he made it sound really entertaining in his songs, but I'm pretty sure that if you look at, like, Bandman Kevo, we probably made like 100, maybe not 100, like a lot more than TJ ever made from scamming, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, we've interviewed Coca Vango.
Right.
Light-skinned Keisha's boyfriend.
I saw that clip.
You saw that clip? Yeah, about the whole iPhone scam and everything else like that. And we've interviewed other guys who did real estate scams and, mafia guys and so forth. I mean, if that's your thing, I just feel like all that shit catches up to you.
These days? Fuck yeah, dude. Like, I was thinking about that with the Gorilla Black thing. I don't know if he mentioned exactly how he got caught, but I mean, we used to drive to the mall, park our car in the parking garage, walk up in there, do all these purchases, walk up out of there, hop in the car, drive out of there. With all the cameras and shit now, that seems you can't do that. Right. I wouldn't want to drive a rental car there because they're gonna the plates off the rental car are gonna get you, like, I don't know, maybe you could, like, park like 2 miles away and walk to the mall or some shit like that. But it just feels like these days, dude, that risk, I don't know. I'm glad I don't gotta take that risk now.
Plus, there's so many ways to make legal money these days with the internet. Like, honestly, like, to even go down that route is just like, it's just lazy. Honestly, it's just lazy. And the risk involved is dumb. Like, okay, you made a bunch of money. Then you did 9 years in prison. 9 years. During those 9 years, you made no money.
Away from your kids and your family.
Yeah, and you're around a bunch of men.
He emphasized that hard, like, just how selfish that was, Like, if I had to not see my kid for 9 years right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you come out, he's 10. He's talking, he's going to school.
For what?
He doesn't know you.
For some money?
For some money.
Hell no. I'd rather be broke as hell. Like, like, I don't know if I believe that, but nah, Vlad, we can't go back to the streets, man.